Hey folks, what if I told you there might be a little piece of treasure hiding in your loose change right now? No, not pirate treasure or a winning lottery ticket, but something just as surprising, a plain old 1986 P Washington quarter. Yep, the kind you've probably used in a vending machine or left rattling around in your car's cup holder. But here's the kicker, one of these quarters recently shook up the coin collecting world with a market value of $1.7 million. That's right. 1.7 million. Not now. Before you start flipping your couch cushions inside out, hang with me. In this video, we're diving deep into everything you need to know about the 1986 P Washington quarter. We're talking value, rarity, how to spot a jackpot coin, and even how to sell one if you strike gold. And somewhere in here, I'll share a little story about the time I accidentally spent a valuable coin on a gas station hot dog. Spoiler alert, it still haunts me. So grab a snack, maybe even a stack of change, and let's get into it. Let's start simple. The 1986 P quarter is part of the classic Washington quarter series. Minted in Philadelphia, hence the P mint mark, it was part of the standard circulating coinage for that year. No frills, no special commemorations. Just George Washington's stern face looking like he's had enough of your nonsense. Now, nearly 551 million of these were made. So you might be thinking, why would any of them be worth millions? Here's the juicy part. Not every 1986 P quarter is worth big bucks. In fact, most are still worth, drumroll, 25 cents. These are the rock stars of coin collecting. A few 1986 P quarters have what's called a double die, where the design is struck twice by the die, slightly offset. You might see doubling in the words, "In God We Trust" or "Liberty." That's a huge red flag in a good way. Some of these quarters were struck way off-center, making them look lopsided. A coin like that in high grade can sell for thousands. Combine that with pristine condition? Now you're cooking with gasoline. See. Full strike plus MS68 or higher, MS stands for mint state, and it's part of the grading system. Most coins out there are scuffed up and scratched from years of use. But a 1986 P quarter in MS68 or higher is like a unicorn wearing sunglasses. Extremely rare. One of these recently fetched $1.7 million at auction because of its flawless condition, full strike, and certified rarity. Alright, here's the part where you get hands on. Check the year. Obvious, right? Make sure it's 1986. Look for the P mint mark on the right side of Washington's ponytail. Break out the magnifying glass. You're looking for doubling on the text, off-center designs, or anything that seems out of the ordinary. If it looks crisp, shiny, and nearly perfect, don't spend it. It might be tempting to scrub it shiny, but cleaning a coin can reduce its value faster than spilling soda on a laptop. Send it to a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll inspect the coin, assign it a grade, and seal it in a protective slab. This process adds legitimacy and boosts value. Consider auction houses, coin shows, or trusted online marketplaces. Avoid some random guy on Facebook Marketplace offering you $50 and a used lawnmower. Alright, story time. A couple years back, I was going through a handful of change from the coffee shop. I spotted a really clean quarter, thought, hey, this one looks kind of nice, and then immediately used it to pay for a gas station hot dog. Yep. A week later, I learned about the 1986 P mint error coins and remembered the exact look of that quarter. Still bugs me. That quarter might now be sitting in someone's junk drawer, or worse, it went through the wash and got scratched into oblivion. Take a second look before you spend. You might be holding a piece of American history worth more than your car. The reverse side of the 1986 P quarter still features the iconic eagle, wings spread, clutching arrows, basically looking like it's ready for battle. 1986 was also the 50th anniversary of the Washington quarter, first introduced in 1932. A few 1986 P quarters have shown strange clash die errors, where elements from the reverse side accidentally got imprinted on the obverse. Wild stuff. You don't have to quit your job and sift through coin rolls all day. Unless that sounds like fun, then go wild. But here are some tips: hit up local banks and ask for rolls of quarters. Coin roll hunting is surprisingly relaxing. Visit estate sales and flea markets. You'd be amazed what people sell for cheap. Talk to older relatives. Grandma's cookie jar might just have $1 million coin chilling under a Werther's original. Let's be honest here. The odds of finding $1 million 1986 P quarter are pretty low. But it's not impossible. And even if yours isn't a millionaire, one in good condition might still fetch anywhere from $20 to a few $100 stuff. That's not bad for something that cost you a quarter. So, next time you're handed change at the grocery store or digging in the laundry machine, take a moment and check your quarters. That 1986p might not just be pocket change, it might be your ticket to early retirement, a beach house, or at the very least, the greatest story you'll ever tell at a backyard barbecue. Now, if you liked this video and want to learn more about coins that are hiding in plain sight and worth a fortune, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. I've got more stories, more tips, and more coins that could change your life. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin or think you might have one. And if you've got a good coin story, even if it ends in heartbreak like mine, share it. Thanks for watching. Keep hunting, keep checking your change, and remember, sometimes the most ordinary things turn out to be the most extraordinary. Hey there folks, let me ask you something. Have you ever had a quarter in your pocket that felt a little different? Maybe it didn't look all that special. It wasn't shiny. It wasn't gold. It was just a plain old 25-cent piece. You probably spent it on a candy bar or tossed it in the cup holder in your truck, but what if I told you one of those everyday quarters, minted in 1987, with a tiny little piece stamped on it, could be worth $1.8 million today? Yes, you heard me right. $1.8 million. For a 1987 P Washington quarter, you might want to check the change jar after this video. Stick around, because today we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and jaw-dropping stories in modern coin collecting history. We're going to talk value, errors, grading, how to find one, and of course, I'll share a wild story about how a family friend almost tossed one into a vending machine. And hey, if you enjoy finding hidden treasures and building wealth the fun way, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications because we've got plenty more coin secrets coming your way. Alright, let's rewind the clock to 1987. Ronald Reagan was president. Hair was big, music was loud, and the Washington quarter had already been around for more than 50 years. The U.S. Mint was churning out quarters by the millions at facilities in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Now, the P Mint mark means this coin was produced in Philly. It was made out of a copper-nickel clad composition. On the surface, this coin is your everyday quarter. It features our buddy George Washington on the obverse, facing left, with the words Liberty and In God We Trust along with the date 1987. On the reverse side, you've got the bald eagle with outstretched wings holding arrows and an olive branch, but in every sea of ordinary, there are a few shining stars. Or in this case, rare errors and minting quirks that drive collectors wild. It comes down to one thing, minting errors and condition. There are only a few known 1987 P quarters that were struck with rare errors and ended up in what we call mint state 67 plus or higher. That's coin grading talk for practically perfect condition, untouched, and almost flawless under a microscope. There's one coin out there with a combination of errors that make it almost mythical. It's got a double die obverse, which means some of the letters and features on the front look doubled. It's subtle, but under magnification, it's clear. Combine that with a slightly off-center strike and a faint clash die, and you've got yourself the golden ticket of quarters. One of these was auctioned not long ago for a mind-blowing $1.8 million. Because collectors know just how rare a coin like this is. It's like finding a needle in a haystack, where the needle is made of platinum and covered in glitter. And now, I know what you're thinking, how do I know if I've got one of these in my old drawer or coin jar? Mint mark P on the obverse side, right next to Washington's ponytail. Look for signs of doubling in the word Liberty or In God We Trust. Check if the coin is slightly off-center. Hold it under a light and see if you can spot any unusual lines or impressions that shouldn't be there. That could be a die clash. If it's super shiny and doesn't have much wear, it might be a high mint state. Get a jeweler's loupe or magnifying glass. Some of these details are too small for the naked eye. Also, always compare it with a regular 1987 quarter you know is common. You'd be surprised what pops out when you compare them side by side. Now let's say you think you've got something special. The next step is grading. You can't just list your quarter on eBay for $1 million and expect people to believe you. You need to get it authenticated by a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. These folks will examine it, grade it on a 70-point scale, and seal it in a protective case with all the juicy details. A grade of MS67 or higher is rare. If your coin gets an MS68 or above, we're talking serious cash. About 2 years ago, my buddy Joe, good guy, drives a beat-up Ford and loves black coffee, was at a car wash digging for quarters in his glove box. He grabs this crusty-looking quarter, thinks it looks a little weird, and almost uses it for the vacuum machine, but something told him to hang on to it. He calls me that evening and says, "Hey, you're into coins, right? Take a look at this thing." I kid you not, I almost choked on my sandwich. The mint mark was P. The word liberty had a clear double image. There was a clash mark near George Washington's neck, and it was only a little worn down. We sent it off to PCGS, and while it wasn't worth $1.8 million, it still came back graded MS65 with a rare strike error worth around $4,000 for a coin he almost used to vacuum crumbs. That just goes to show you, these little treasures are out there. You just need to look, check your pocket change every day, hit up your local coin shows or flea markets. Sometimes sellers don't know what they have. Go to your bank and ask for rolls of quarters. Yes, it's a thing. Bring them home, go through them, and redeposit what you don't want. Invest in a basic coin magnifier and a lighted loop. Join online coin collector communities, they're always sharing discoveries and tips, and most importantly, be patient. Most finds won't be worth millions, but every once in a while, lightning strikes. We learned that a 1987 P Washington quarter, a coin most folks wouldn't think twice about, can be worth up to $1.8 million if it has the right mix of minting errors and pristine condition. We learned how to spot those key signs, how to get your coin graded, and how to start your own treasure hunt, and we heard about good old Joe, who almost vacuumed up $4,000. Coins aren't just spare change. They're history. They're art. And sometimes, they're a one-way ticket to a whole new lifestyle. Now it's your turn. Go check your jars, your wallets, the drawer in the kitchen where you toss random stuff. Who knows? You might be sitting on your $1 million moment right now, and if you enjoyed this journey into the wild world of coin collecting, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a hidden gem. We've got plenty more videos coming on how to turn pocket change into prosperity. Don't miss out. Hey there, coin hunters and accidental millionaires in the making. Imagine flipping through your change jar, looking for just enough to grab a burger, and bam, you stumble across a coin that could buy you not just the burger, but the entire fast food chain. I'm talking about a simple 25-cent coin that's now worth $1.9 million. You heard that right. Not a typo. 25 cents turn millionaire maker. So grab your cup of coffee, or heck, a mason jar full of pennies, and sit back, because today we're diving deep into the world of the 2015 D Kisatchie National Forest Quarter. A coin so rare and valuable, it has collectors drooling and everyday folks digging through their couch cushions like buried treasure hunters. Stick around, because I'm going to tell you exactly what to look for, how this coin became a millionaire's dream, and why your spare change could literally change your life. Oh, and I've got a story of how I almost threw away a coin worth thousands. True story. You don't want to miss that one. Alright, let's get into it. Let's start with the basics. The Kisatchie Quarter is part of the America the Beautiful series, which ran from 2010 to 2021. The 2015 D version was minted in Denver, hence the D mint mark. Now, Kisatchie National Forest, located in Louisiana, is the only national forest in that state. And the coin's reverse design shows a wild turkey in flight, with longleaf pine trees in the background. Looks innocent enough, right? Just a bird flying over a forest. But it turns out, some of these quarters are worth more than Lamborghinis. No joke, the average 2015 D Kisatchie quarter is only worth face value. But every once in a while, a rare error coin gets through the minting process. These are the coins that make headlines and send coin collectors into a frenzy. In the case of the 2015 D Kisatchie quarter, we're talking about double die errors, struck through grease errors, off-center strikes, wrong planchet errors. But the mother of all errors for this coin? A misprinted design on the reverse side that created a dramatic misalignment in the details of the turkey and the surrounding forest. Only a few of these were ever seen in circulation. Combine that with a pristine condition, what collectors call MS67 or higher, and you've got a coin worth nearly $1.9 million. That's right. One single quarter. One rare error. And a whole lot of jaw-dropping value. Alright, let me tell you a quick story that still haunts me. A few years ago, I was at the car wash. I had a pocket full of change and needed quarters for the vacuum. I dumped a bunch of coins into the machine, and one coin got stuck. I pulled it out and noticed it looked weird. The edges were thicker. The design was a little off, but I figured it was one of those foreign coins that sneak into circulation sometimes. I was in a hurry, so I tossed it aside and used the next quarter. Fast forward a year, I'm watching a video just like this one, and bam, they show a coin that looks exactly like the one I tossed. A rare off-metal strike worth over 5 grand. I just about kicked a hole in my drywall. Lesson learned. Always check your change, and that's why I'm telling you never underestimate what's hiding in plain sight. Here's where you grab your magnifying glass and start playing detective. A bold doubling in the text, especially in United States of America or E pluribus unum, a misaligned turkey design, where the feathers look fuzzy or off-center and off-metal color. Some error coins were struck on nickel planchets or even penny blanks. Check the edges. Some errors have partial reading or uneven cuts. Make sure the coin is from Denver. Look for the D just above the date, and of course, condition matters. If it's shiny, free of nicks and scratches, and looks like it just left the mint, you might be holding onto something special. And now, if you think you've got the real deal, don't just toss it on eBay and hope for the best. First, get it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. These companies give your coin an official grade, which can make or break your final payday. After that, list it through a reputable auction house. Some coins have gone through heritage auctions or Stacksbowers, bringing in 6- or 7-figure payouts. Avoid pawnshops or selling it to someone offering cash today on Craigslist. You're sitting on a potential $1 million baby. Treat it like gold. And now you might be thinking, if these coins are so rare, surely they're all gone by now, right? Nope. People toss change in jars, forget about them in drawers, or spend them at gas stations without a second thought. Some of these coins have sat in circulation for years, just waiting to be discovered, and that's the magic of it all. You don't need a metal detector or a pirate's map. You just need a good eye, a little patience, and maybe a flashlight in your glove box. A regular old 2015 D Kisatchie quarter can still be worth just 25 cents, but the rare ones, the error coins in top condition, those can fetch up to $1.9 million. That's life-changing money. That's mortgage paid off, early retirement. Move to the beach money. So before you spend your next quarter on a parking meter or laundry, take a second look. That tiny coin might just be your golden ticket. Now here's the deal. If you found this video helpful, fun, or even just a little eye-opening, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell. I've got more videos coming your way packed with coin hunting strategies, valuable finds, and insider tips to help you turn spare change into serious cash. And hey, share this video with a friend who's always broke. You might just help them strike it rich. Hey folks, listen up, because this could be the most valuable 5 seconds of your entire day. You ever go to the gas station, grab a coffee, and toss your change in that little compartment in your car door? You know the one. Full of lint, old receipts, and forgotten dreams. Yeah, that one. Not well. What if I told you that one of those dusty old quarters could actually be worth $1 million? That's right. Not a typo. Not Monopoly money. $1 million. And it's not some ancient Roman coin either. I'm talking about a regular-looking 2006 South Dakota quarter with a D mint mark. The kind you probably ignored at least 100 times. Yeah, that little bird and tree design one? That thing could be your golden ticket. Stick around, because today, I'm going to show you what makes this coin so valuable, how to check if you have one, and why collectors are going absolutely wild over it. And I'll tell you about the time I nearly gave one away to a vending machine. True story. So grab that coin jar, empty out your glove compartment, and let's dive into the wild world of the $1 million South Dakota quarter. It kicked off in 1999 and ran through 2008, celebrating each of the 50 United States with its own unique quarter design. For many of us, it became a mini hobby. Kids, adults, even grandparents were collecting them in those blue cardboard maps. You'd go to the bank and ask for a roll just to see what new ones you'd get. And now, South Dakota's quarter dropped in 2006, and let me tell you, it was a real looker. Mount Rushmore front and center, 2 pheasants flying overhead, and a nice sprig of wheat at the bottom. Basically, South Dakota packed their whole tourist brochure into one coin. The Denver Mint was responsible for producing a big chunk of these. Hence the little d right under the motto, "In God We Trust." Millions of these were made. So how could one be worth $1 million? Now, not every 2006 D South Dakota quarter is worth big bucks. If that were the case, we'd all be millionaires already, right? Nope. What you're looking for is a rare error coin, a perfect storm of mistakes and minting quirks that drives collectors wild. Some 2006 D South Dakota quarters have doubling on the obverse side, meaning Washington's face looks like it's got a shadow or ghost image. Spooky and profitable. This means the stamp didn't line up right when the coin was made. Imagine a slightly off-center image. Coin nerds call this dramatic and they'll pay dramatically for it. That's when the coin looks like someone took a bite out of it. Only it came from the mint that way, not your dog. Ever seen a quarter the size of a dime? That's not magic. That's a quarter accidentally struck on a dime blank. Worth a fortune now, a 2006 D South Dakota quarter with multiple errors, like doubling and a wrong planchet, has been privately auctioned for close to $1 million. It's not hype. This thing has changed hands between top collectors of first, grab a magnifying glass. Or one of those fancy phone camera zoom apps if your eyesight is like mine after a double cheeseburger lunch. Tilt the coin back and forth under a light. Check for doubling around the words "In God We Trust" or "Liberty." If the letters look fuzzy or like there's a shadow, you might be holding something big. Flip it. Check the pheasants and the edges. Are they off-center? Clipped? Look for any unusual marks or dents that don't seem like regular wear and tear. Weigh it. A standard quarter weighs 5.67 grams. If it's noticeably heavier or lighter, that's a big clue it might have been struck on the wrong planchet. Don't clean it. Seriously, don't touch it with vinegar, a toothbrush, or your grandma's baking soda recipe. You could turn $1 million coin into a 10-cent tragedy. About 2 years ago, I was at a laundromat. Washing machine ate my quarters like it was starving. I reached into my jacket pocket and found a South Dakota quarter. Didn't think much of it. It had a little chip, some doubling I thought was just wear, and I almost fed it into the machine, but something made me stop. Maybe it was the little voice in my head, or maybe it was the fact that it just looked different. I took it home and compared it to others. Lo and behold, I had stumbled upon a rare die clash. I got it appraised. It wasn't worth $1 million, but it sold for $2,400. Just one coin. One trip to the laundromat. Ever since, I check every single coin I come across. Call me the coin whisperer. My wife calls it hoarding, but I call it early retirement planning. A regular circulated 2006 D South Dakota quarter? Probably worth 25 cents to maybe 50 cents if it's a nice one, not but a mint condition coin with errors? You're looking at thousands, tens of thousands, and in very rare cases like the multi-error varieties, that's where you hit the seven-figure jackpot. Collectors are like hunters. And when a coin with an extremely rare error is found, it becomes a legendary prize. Some folks build entire collections around mint errors. Others are just waiting to fill that one elusive slot in their binder, and when someone's willing to pay big, you'd better believe others are out there searching. Let's say you've hit the jackpot. You've got a 2006 D South Dakota quarter with a confirmed mint error. Second, get it authenticated. There are reputable grading services like PCGS and NGC. They'll examine the coin, grade it, and certify its value. That certificate can add thousands to your asking price. Great for high-end buyers. They take a fee, but the exposure can mean serious bidding wars. Places like eBay or heritage auctions can work well, especially if the coin is already certified. If you network in coin communities, you might find someone willing to pay top dollar in a private deal. Patience is key. You don't have to sell the first offer you get. Get appraisals, do your research, and hold out for the right buyer. The 2006 D isn't the only state quarter worth some serious cash. Let me give you a lightning round of others to keep your eyes peeled for. A little metal coin you've probably flipped into a fountain or fed to a vending machine could actually be your golden ticket to early retirement. The 2006 D South Dakota quarter isn't just spare change. It's potential life change. It's out there. It's in circulation. It's hiding in old purses, dusty jars, junk drawers, maybe even stuck under your car seat. So do me a favor. After this video, go check your pockets. You never know. You might be walking around with $1 million jingling in your jeans, and if you want more coin hunting tips, price breakdowns, and insider strategies on selling rare coins for top dollar, hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and ring the bell so you never miss a chance to turn pocket change into a payday. The ultimate treasure hunt of your lifetime. You ever been digging through your old coin jar or flipping through that drawer we all have, the one full of batteries that don't work, expired coupons, and random paper clips, and stumble upon a shiny little quarter from the early 2000s? Well, buckle up, because today we're talking about one of those ordinary coins that could actually be worth a life-changing fortune. Yep, I'm talking about the 2001 P South Dakota $quarter, a little 25-cent piece that could be sitting in your couch cushions right now and is worth a staggering $1.1 million. That's right. $1.1 million. Don't go flipping your furniture just yet though. First, let me tell you how this quarter became the coin collector's golden ticket. Whether you're new to coin collecting or you've been in the game since Eisenhower was on the dollar, this video's gonna open your eyes to what might be hiding right under your nose. So grab a drink, kick back, and get ready, because we're diving deep into how a single 2001 P South Dakota quarter turned pocket change into serious wealth. And just to spice things up, I'll share a personal story that still makes my wife laugh and me cry a little inside. Yeah, it involves me, this exact coin, and a vending machine. Now, you're probably thinking, it's just a quarter from 2001. I've used hundreds of those buying gas station snacks. But not all coins are created equal, my friend. This South Dakota quarter comes from the State Quarters program, one of the most popular and widely collected series in U.S. history. It ran from 1999 to 2008 and featured unique designs representing each of the 50 states. South Dakota's design was officially released in 2006, but hang on, I said 2001 P, right? Exactly. You see, the 2001 P South Dakota quarter should not even exist. It's what collectors call a mule coin when two mismatched dies are used to strike a coin. In this case, the reverse, tail side, features the South Dakota state design, but the obverse, head side, is from a 2001 Washington quarter, and it bears the Philadelphia P Mint mark. That's like finding a Bigfoot wearing Air Jordans. It just shouldn't happen. These kinds of errors are super rare and highly sought after. We're talking national news in the coin world. Only a few have been authenticated, and when they hit the auction block, they command 6 or even 7-figure price tags. The most recent authenticated sale of this rare 2001 P South Dakota mule coin? A jaw-dropping $1.1 million. Now, before you go digging through your change jar with a flashlight and a magnifying glass, let me explain exactly what to look for so you don't waste your time chasing duds. First, check the front. It should look like your standard 2001 Washington quarter. You'll see George Washington, the year 2001 below his neck, and the letter P indicating it was minted in Philadelphia. Then flip it over. Here's the kicker, it should have the South Dakota reverse design, featuring Mount Rushmore, a pheasant in flight, and a ring of stars. That combination shouldn't exist. The South Dakota reverse wasn't released until 2006. So a 2001 obverse paired with that reverse is what makes this baby a $1 million miracle. Now don't confuse it with regular South Dakota quarters from 2006. Those are neat, but they're not paying off your mortgage. Only a handful of these error coins have been verified by grading companies like PCGS and NGC. If you think you've got one, do not spend it. Don't even breathe on it too hard. Put it in a coin sleeve and take it straight to a reputable coin dealer or submit it to a grading company for evaluation. Alright, as promised, let me share a little story. Back in 2010, I was moving out of my college apartment. You know the drilled boxes everywhere, stress levels high, roommates disappearing like Houdini when it's time to clean. I had this huge mason jar of change I'd been tossing coins into since high school. Quarters, nickels, dimes, basically my emergency snack fund. Well, during the move, I got hungry. Real hungry. I marched over to the vending machine outside and grabbed a handful of change. Punched in the code for a pack of peanut butter crackers, and in went the coins. One of those quarters had George Washington, the year 2001 P Mint mark. And I swear to you, I remember seeing the pheasant in the Mount Rushmore on the back. At the time, I thought, cool South Dakota quarter. And then boom, gone. I fed that vending machine a potential $1.1 million. In exchange, it gave me a dry pack of crackers and a lifetime of regret. So yeah, I feel your pain if you've ever tossed away something valuable without realizing it. But hey, we live and learn, right? Now let's get into why these coins fetch such a high price. First off, rarity. We're talking maybe 3 to 5 known examples in the entire world. Second, the story behind the error. It's not just a minor scratch or double die. This is a full-blown mismatch of years and designs, something the US Mint works really hard to prevent. When it slips through, it's like a unicorn got lost in the herd. Third, condition matters. The few that exist have been preserved in near-perfect state. Coins graded MS-67 or higher are especially desirable. That means mint state, with minimal wear and full original luster. If you've got one in this condition, your bank account is about to take a turn for the better. Let's shift gears and talk strategy. Because hunting for valuable coins isn't about luck. It's about having a system. Step 1, get a magnifying loupe. You don't need NASA-grade tech. A basic 10x loupe from Amazon will do. Start examining your coins for oddities, off-center strikes, date mismatches, missing mint marks. Step 2, organize your coins by year and mint mark. Patterns will start emerging, and you'll develop an eye for what looks off. Step 3, hit up coin shows, local dealers, and even estate sales. People sell entire coin jars not knowing what they've got. You can swoop in, spot a treasure, and walk away with thousands for the price of lunch. And finally, educate yourself. Watch videos, read coin guides, and keep up with auction results. Knowledge is the real currency in this game. That little quarter you've been ignoring in your junk drawer might just be your golden ticket. The 2001 P South Dakota quarter is more than a piece of change, it's a $1.1 million windfall waiting to happen. A minting mistake that turned into a collector's dream. And if you're lucky enough to find one, your life could change in the flip of a coin. Now I want you to do me a favor. Go check your coin jar. Seriously, right after this video. Look at every 2001 quarter and flip it over. You never know. Your retirement fund might just be sitting in that dusty jar next to your old keys and that AA battery that's been dead since 2005. And if you found this video helpful or entertaining, or at least better than your cousin's Facebook conspiracy theories, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Tap the like. Share it with someone who has a habit of hoarding coins like a squirrel hoards nuts, because we're just getting started. More hidden treasure awaits. More coins worth thousands, even millions, are out there. And I'm here to help you find them.